So, picture this. You are running the video wall at a major Vegas sports book.
Oh, man. High stakes.
Right. You've got one incoming uncompressed HD feed, and you need to split it flawlessly across 6 massive screens.
And if you use some, $20 consumer splitter from a big box store, you are going to get jitter, dropped frames, just a massive headache.
Exactly. So, welcome to the deep dive. Today we are looking at a highly technical product page from HDTV Supply.
Yeah, our mission today is to basically decode this device with a very, very long name.
Yeah, the AJA 3GDA 1x6 3G HD-SD Reclocking Distribution Amplifier. Try saying that 3 times fast.
I definitely won't.
Yeah.
But we are going to uncover the actual mechanics of how flawless video distribution works.
Because, at its core, a 1x6 distribution amplifier just takes a single SDI video input and perfectly duplicates it across 6 separately buffered outputs.
Right, but doing that physically well, doing it over long distances, introduces some serious physics problems.
Right, because the moment that signal hits a long copper cable, it basically starts dying.
Yeah, physical distance just absolutely destroys digital data, and that is where cable equalization comes into play.
Okay, so break that down for us.
So as a signal travels down, say, long Belden 1694A coax cables, the high-frequency components of that signal degrade way faster than the low frequencies.
So the data gets, physically smeared.
Literally smeared. So this AJA device actively boosts those specific high frequencies. It can actually restore a standard definition signal from up to 350 meters away.
Oh, wow.
Or, high-speed 3 gigabit per second data from up to 120 meters.
Which is wild. And it's not just fixing the smeared frequencies, right? Because it's also reclocking.
Yes, crucially.
Because I used to think a splitter just sort of copied a signal, like turning on 6 spigots on a water fountain where the pressure doesn't drop.
I mean, that's a good way to think about water, but copying a degraded digital signal is, well, it's like photocopying a photocopy.
The smudges just get worse and worse.
Yeah. Exactly. So instead of just copying it, this device is actually reading the messy incoming signal and retyping the original document flawlessly 6 times over.
I love that analogy. Retyping the document.
Because digital video isn't just ones and zeros. It is ones and zeros arriving at a very, very specific rhythm.
So reclocking uses an internal metronome to kind of snap those incoming bits back onto a precise grid.
You got it. It completely eliminates timing errors before sending them out.
Okay, but wait, I have to ask about the price.
Yeah, I figured we'd get here.
It's $525 MSRP for a splitter the size of a smartphone. It weighs less than a pound.
It is tiny, yeah, like 5.8 by 3.1 inches.
Right. So why spend that when you can buy a cheap HDMI splitter online for $20? What justifies that?
Well, it really comes down to handling sheer bandwidth and invisible data perfectly.
Because we aren't talking about a compressed internet stream here.
No, we're talking about vital data rates, like 2.970 gigabits per second.
So pushing an uncompressed 1080p 60 frame per second video stream through a single copper wire.
Exactly. At 3 gigabits per second, the time window for a monitor to actually read a 1 or a 0 is microscopically small.
So even the slightest cable delay causes digital confusion.
Which we call jitter.
And jitter means dropped frames or audio sync issues or just a black screen.
Right, and a cheap splitter just passes that jitter right along to your displays.
Whereas the AJA device auto-senses the format.
Yeah, anything from 100 megabits up to 3 gigabits per second. It actively cleans and synchronizes the data down to the microsecond.
And it's not just the visible pixels either. It's also making sure that all the metadata payloads pass through intact.
Oh, absolutely. Things like static and dynamic HDR instructions.
Right, of course.
It passes through all ancillary data and SDI metadata without dropping a single bit. That is just what professional video demands.
So bringing this back to you, the listener, whether you are engineering that massive sports bar video wall or wiring a live broadcast studio, absolute perfection isn't magic.
No, it relies on this tiny, inconspicuous block of metal, quietly fixing physics behind the scenes.
With a 5-year warranty, naturally.
Naturally. It's just keeping the digital rhythm exactly on beat.
Which leaves us with a pretty wild thought to chew on as we wrap up.
Oh, what's that?
Well, if physical, heavily insulated wired cables require dedicated, expensive hardware just to snap ones and zeros back onto a grid over a few hundred meters,
Right.
how much invisible digital degradation is constantly being corrected in the wireless networks we seamlessly rely on every single day?
That is a lot of invisible math.
Next time you stream flawless video to your phone through thin air, just think about all the invisible correction keeping that signal alive.